Hey guys, how you doing? Admiral Neelix here. I'm going to be doing a specialty ship video for you. I am going to be talking about crewing them, how to use them, what they're good for, and in no particular order. I'm going to try to do it from best to least. Of course, all that's going to be my opinion, and what you get out of them, basically, and why I push certain ones. So I'm starting with the Vidar. If you'll notice down here on the bottom middle that my hull is just about gone. I chose to do it at this point so that I can show you a couple of things and then go straight to the rest of the video. So when you very first get a Vidar, when you very first get one, up here in items, uh, in your gift store, you are going to automatically every day get two special warp core cells right here, transwarp cells. These right here will get you into the Borg areas. Okay, you're only allowed to have 8 at the most. You get 2 every day. So if you want to save them up to 8 and then do one long grind all day, you can do that. However, you'll have 2 per day to do stuff with them, and it's going to be linked to these Latinum antiques, which I will show you those in just a little bit. Whenever you hear me talking about I got the piggy, that is a special uh, Ferengi board ship that you get these from, and I'll show you what these are for in just a little bit. So when you very first get the Vidar also, you might want to try to take a look at what you're hitting in between hits. So I'm just going to pick this guy by random, and you see that I have a rewards here, and it says 796 of those inert nano probes, right? So along with that, let's go to a different one, and you'll see that it has 684 there. Let's jump to this one randomly, and it has 685. Let's go to this guy, and that's 833. Now this is a guy that I'm going to want to attack first at the very beginnings of this Vidar. Once you're at the level that my ship is at, it doesn't really matter. You can just start hitting them randomly because you're going to get a lot. Let me show you my cargo again. It's at 115,000. You know, your very first few hits, you're probably going to be around like maybe 20,000, 15,000 or so. And that will allow you to build up the ship. Now, pro and con of that, as far as the Bazaar is concerned, when you start tearing it up, you're going to need more of those to make more of other stuff, and I'll show you that in just a second. This guy is done mining his spot, so I'm just going to switch over real quick and switch him out while I'm doing this so I don't get attacked on a 0 node. Okay, so back to the Vidar. Alright, so what I'm trying to do right now is go ahead and just get him killed. You see I have no hull, but yet I'm still alive a little bit. That's because of Tilan and Maru and Pike. They're able to stay alive a little longer, keep your ship going a little bit. And since I had just upgraded my Pike, it would seem that I am lasting a little longer because I have never gotten this close to 120,000 before, and now I'm destroyed. Okay, so let's go ahead and repair him real quick. Alright, I'll just rush through it right there real quick. There we go. Let's help out Demo. Okay, so clean this real quick. I like to get these out of the way. By the time this video ends, there'll probably be another one there. Alright, and my miners are just depleting their nodes like hotcakes right now. Maybe this will buy me a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start managing the Vidar. Okay, the Vidar is Romulan made. I'm not absolutely sure if they count it as a Romulan ship whenever there are events that say to use a Romulan ship, especially with Romulan crew. But let's take a look at some stuff here. Right now, mine is at a tier 6 and is at 707 in dock. Okay, of course, that's going to be a little lower once you're out of dock. I don't know why they do that. I think what they're doing, well, actually, I'm pretty sure what they're doing. They're adding the strength of the station to the ship so that when a base is raided, it gives these ships a little more power to help defend while you're away. Alright, so I have my officer slots. I don't have them all completely unlocked because I'm not maxed out. And of course I showed you how to do the lower decks as well, but that's not going to be the important thing right now. Alright, so details. Without going into the critical chance and all that stuff, because that's just power of the ship right there, really. But what I like to look at is the utility part. Right now I have mine at 120 impulse speed. That's pretty quick. Warp range is 35 right now, not so far. Warp speed 6.5, as not as fast as I'd like it to be. But my cargo capacity 158k, protected cargo 53k. All right. Now, because I'm there fighting everything and keeping my ship moving and everything, most likely I won't get attacked unless, it's one of our enemies that get in there to try to take that. And it's a shame when you lose that because it is a lot of stuff that needs to be helped. So, because, let's go ahead and go here. What am I trying to show you? All right here, Refinery. We're going to go to the board tech. And this is what you'll get. Now, right here, the very first slot, inert nanoprobes, charged nanoprobes. That is, you're taking all those inert nanoprobes that you got and exchanging them in Refinery for charged nanoprobes. Now, on the screen here, we have the inert nanoprobes and the active nanoprobes. What those are for is for leveling up your board crew. Okay, whenever you're leveling up a board crew, you use those, and it's just like a command badge or so for a regular Federation crew, Romulan or Klingon. Pardon me, I'm swallowing wrong over here. All right, so charge nanoprobes into independent credit. So if you want to gain credits, it'll take from your charged ones and turn it into an amount. Specific to your ship's level. If it's tier 1, you're probably only going to get maybe 10 of these per battle, and as you build up your ship, that number will get higher. So that's for those credits. These here, I can't show you the Latino Antique Refinery. However, you're going to get, see up here on the top right, you're going to get Latino Antiques. Now, when you do exchange one of those in, which you see I have 8 of them now, and it takes 4 days for it to grind it out. You'll get not only warp cores, but you'll get different kinds, lucrative warp cores and such, and those will help you get into other locked regions to mine, basically. Such as, there's one that's called the lucrative, and let me see if I can find that real quick. Hold on, let me get in the galaxy map and take you over to this spot down here, Yoria. Okay, so Yoria, Yoria, they're in the middle of the screen. We're going to check it out and view system. Now, don't get too happy. All of the ships in here are going to be Ferengi Borg. However, these are not the Ferengi Borgs that give you those special things. These will hold Latinum, mined Latinum. Or you can send your ship and mine one of these nodes here. And since not everybody has those, this is a pretty safe spot to mine. It's very rare that somebody will go in there and attack your mining ship while trying to do like a Latinum thing. To gain that, and I don't want to mine right there yet, but let me show you real quick what it would take. So I'm going to swap my ship into the Devore, which I will talk about later, and then show you how it would go. So I would press that or anywhere to get into this system, and if I were to mine, it should, I don't want it to send it, but it should. There we go. It's asking if I want to use one of these guys to go there and mine. Now, I had used mine recently for an event, so I'm out of them. And you can pretty much fill up the whole ship, cargo capacity, usually safely. Don't hold me to that, it's not guaranteed, but usually safely. So I'm going to cancel that out, and I'm going to switch back to my Vidar since I'm still talking about Vidar. Now, with this, let's go back to Refinery. Let's go back to Board Tech. Okay, so all of these things here, Now here we are here at Charge Nanoprobes for Federation credits. And since I've already spent mine, because I'm building up my Federation right now, I've already triple locked, and now I want to do a double lock on each one, but I have to start with Federation because I've already got points in there on my way to do so. And that's the 20 million mark in your faction. So I'm going to tap here on Klingon. So what you do is you'll use this same as you did the independent credits. It'll take from your charge nanoprobes to buy Klingon credits. Okay, and again, it's level specific. I'm getting 300 each time I tap this for now, but when I level up, that number will grow. Again, at the beginning levels, you'll probably get maybe 50, 20, something like that. You'll get a certain amount, whatever first level is. And of course, it does so for the Romulans as well. Now, charge nanoprobes for Federation points. Again, I'm going to use Klingons as an example. It'll use these charge nanoprobes for building up your faction that you're doing. I'm doing this right now for Federation, so needless to say, I'm not really growing any in Klingon or Romulan, but I am in Federation. And of course, this number down here will be those points will be level specific as well. You're not going to get so many at the beginning stages, but as your ship grows, that number grows as well. So this is why I say that the Vidar is a cash cow, because you can get your credits, you can get your points for the faction that you want. You get a special bonus with this Latinum Antique Refinery. That's when you catch a special Ferengi. Now, the Ferengis that you catch, I've shown you a video on how to spot one. They're always going to be with this mining icon next to their level. Okay, so again, these particular ones that are in this particular Yori, and there's others like it spread out through the galaxy, they will only give Latinum. The ones that float around in, let's go to right here. Now this is a level 25 Borg, whenever we say, what level the Borg is. And these are very, very easy to kill right out of the box. Your ship, no matter what crew, will come out being able to kill these guys. Okay? So it's not like you have to tear it up just to start having fun with it. Again, you want to tap on them. You want to see how much cargo. We got 160 there. Let's tap another one on these are going to be pretty average, 170, and right here we got 163. So this is where you're going to pick and choose which ones you want to hit. That way you can get the most out of it. Again, at my level, I'm just randomly hitting them because I know that I'm going to get over 100,000 of these things eventually once I start getting my ship home. Now, one of the things you'll notice is I actually let my ship kill until it died. That is the fastest way to get your ship home. It's a convenience thing. If you want to stop killing and then wait it out for your ship to get all the way home, however many minutes that may be, that's up to you. But personally, I go ahead and just let it die. That way I can build because of this guy. We are going up to the events, and I am going to where it says join now. For my event, daily events right here. Now, you see these, okay? I am building up points so that I can eventually get these prizes. Okay, now these are going to count towards a certain faction. I do all three, but because I am building up Federation, I use the Vidar tokens to get those faction points. And let me show you real quick how far ahead I am on that. I'm going to factions. Got a slow load right now. Alright. So I'm already at 12 million. And I have to get 17 more million to reach my next plateau. As you can see here, I'm working on getting my Enterprise. I got 65 cards of it so far. So Celebrated. When I reach that 20 million, I'll reach Celebrated. And then I get a whole new lineup of pack. Now, they used to show some G4 ships on here. I think they're going to start making them available in Event Store once I reach a certain level. So then I'll be able to start purchasing them there, I suppose. And of course, I'm a Klingon, which they're leveled out at 10 million each. My augments, I'm at the 1,000,005. I'm at the max reputation with them, so I get to buy certain things here. This is where I get my credits. If I want to, I can sit here and recruit. I have 95,000, so I'm going to go ahead and recruit something now. And nope, didn't get anything all that great. And I'm not really worried about getting the con, because con, I'm going to get these guys too. You get him. Oh, okay, Remo. Let's see what Remo does. 40% damage to ship as a hull breach and critical hits chances. Okay, that's not so bad. I'll level him up later and probably test him out on something later. Maybe the Stella. Okay, so you start building up those things, and you can start getting certain ships, plutoniums, and things like that. Let's see. Let's go to Rogue real quick while I'm here. Not too high on there. I'm an associate. I have 50 of Stella parts because I'm going to get a second Stella. When I get to the Stella portion of this video, I am going to explain the what you do as far as constantly scrapping this ship. It allows you to grow and pick up certain these items, kind of things. And once you're maxed out the Stella as far as it'll go, then you can start using those Stella particles to buy some gas and ore, and there's going to be another one for crystal, or there used to be. Yeah, here it is right here, crystal. All right, so that's one way to start getting that. So Stella's a good ship to get and build up to get to that point. All right, so I've shown you Vidar. Now let's go ahead and swap ship and go to one of the more important, one that's equally, I think, as important, but very important because of your dailies. And I'm going to start with Franklin. Okay, so when it comes to the original Franklin, all right, of course you have to start upgrading and building up to finally get to tier 9. It takes forever without an outside source of people giving you FMs, which is now not going to be a thing because of the new Franklin that came out, because you have to use the FMs, frequency modules, that you gain with this ship to feed into the new version, the Franklin A. Okay. Now these ships, their main thing is just to help you get through your dailies, the swarm part of the dailies. However, this Franklin here, it uses a different kind of Mark II frequency module that in your resource store, let's go ahead and find that again. Let's go to Refinery, and we're going to come down here to resources. By the way, if you have a Franklin and it is maxed out, you can take your Franklin and scrap it and then turn it into one of these guys. I don't recommend doing that because of the cargo hold, and I'm going to show that in just a moment. This new Franklin hardly holds anything, and when getting this stuff here, as in the bio, you're used to getting like a few, like 10,000 of the dilithium, 10,000 of titanium, or 10,000 of the parsteel, and these are tokens in token form mostly. But here's, and I can't show you because I've already paid them out, these are going to be your millions. The million of dilithium, a million titanium, and a million parsteel. So you get a lot more with it. These frequency modules here at the end, we're going to view that. Look what you got to do. You got to get the original frequency modules, so many of them, to exchange them for the new Franklin's frequency module Mark II. Down here on the bottom right, look how many I need to hunt for just to get 3 chests. 1.5 million of those things. Now, for any of you building up your Franklin who are close to the end of it, the guns and the shield and cargo bays and everything, that is 1.5 million just to get one of each of those, and you know how long that takes. So don't get rid of your Franklin, all right? And don't get rid of the old one. Again, I'm going to point it out as to why. Let's go back to the ship, and I'm going to do a comparison here. So let's swap it back to original Franklin. Let's get into the details here. Let me sign this real quick so that'll get bigger. All right. Not worried about the impulse speed or anything like that. What I'm going to look at is cargo capacity. Cargo capacity for this Franklin as maxed out is 29K. Now, on this particular ship, I don't have any of my cargo boosters or anything, but that's not going to really do me any good because those cargo booster people won't help you kill the swarm. You need your Maru, your Pike, your Talon on there to handle that portion of it. So 29K until you do all the researches for cargo capacity in Galaxy and in Territory and the other ones that research to build up capacity, that's pretty much going to be maxed out. Okay, protected cargo, 21,000. I'm sorry, 2,100. All right, pardon me on that. um, that is not a lot. Okay, but when you fill up to the 29, that's where you start getting some good numbers on there. Now let's go ahead and swap the ship and compare it to what you're getting with the new Franklin right off the bat. You don't want to scrap that old one because of these details here. Cargo capacity 8,000, protected 817. So you can kill level 35s with this ship right out of the box. Okay, you might be able to kill possibly 8 or 10 or so depending on your crew and how leveled up they are. However, you're not going to hold a lot, you see. And when you get to level 27s to kill, you'll get those new frequency modules there. You'll get some new frequency modules when you're killing the 35s. However, you're going to have to use your old Franklin to kill anything else that's going to give you a whole bunch of those old frequency modules just to trade them out for the new ones. Okay, so the main use of the Franklin is to, one, piss you off, two, complete your dailies. All right, that's the only good source, power source it is there. Because as we know, when you complete your dailies, you get more points for that. All right, so those are the two more important ships. Let me go ahead and move on to, well, let's go to Stella since it's my next strongest one. Oh, you know what? Let's do Northstar. I just want to touch on this real quick. Northstar, I haven't scrapped yet. I'm on the fence about scrapping it. However, it's a runner. If you're using your envoys, the best way to use the Northstar is as a runner. Now, some people will tell you, hey, it's good for cracking bases, and it used to be. Okay, because if you're new to this game, cracking bases is not really going to be as easy as you think because there's so many higher level people there. All right, so, but if you are going to build one up and max it out, let's go ahead and show you real quick the refinery, or not the refinery, the scrapper. Let's go to the scrapper. You can get a decent amount of resources from it. Not the highest, but a decent amount, as you see here. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, it's more nostalgic that I have it. You see my Tala is already working. Stella, let me go ahead and since I'm moving to that ship now and I'm in this area, let me show you what you do here. The Stella, you have to build up as high as you can. And then you scrap it every time you get it as high as you can because you know there's certain things you won't be able to get. When you scrap it, you will get a new Stella hull, meaning that you'll get all the blueprints you need without fail to build Stella again and then build it up as you can. But here's what we're looking at. Don't worry about how many dilithium or titanium you get back. You're going to get that Stella hull. That's a given. What you want to pay attention to is here at the end, the Stella particles. Stella particles. Okay, if I scrapped my Stella right now, I'll get 11,000. Okay, or I still need to wake up, but you get the point. 11,000. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you where those help, and we are going to go to research. We're going to go in here and to outlaw. Now, outlaw. As you see here with Stella, let me find one that I need to do. Stella uses those particles. I'm trying to find one where I haven't done yet. Here we go. So, as you see here, I need 650 of these crafty engineering. This is bonus SHP for Stella versus Eclipse enemies. Okay, when you recycle your Stella and you get all of those particles, you can use them to help build up your researches to make those Stellas more powerful each time you do that. Now these are the particles here, as you saw that if I you see that I have 82,000 of them, but if I did the Stella I'll get 11 more. That's why I'm not really worried about it just yet. I want to get it as powerful as I can. These right here, Outlaw Research credits, you'll get those in the Outlaw faction store, and you buy them with credits from that, and so on and so on and so on. When you get these particles, it just helps make it bigger. Now, what is the reason for having a Stella? Events, really nothing really big. They're just another thing to grind. I really don't like the idea of how much uh, it will absorb. I guess the stronger you have it, the more you can kill. You can kill the armadas, and you get these things here. Data, Eclipse security codes. Okay, stronger your Stella is, the more you get those. And for using a Stella, you get a bonus amount of them. Because if you're not, if you're using a different ship, which is why I say, hey, if you have a Stella, come and join me here, and kind of why I'm iffy about letting y'all come and hit me or hit this with me with a different ship, is because I actually lose uh, these here. I'll get closer to that 390 mark, and without a Stella, and with a Stella, I'll get closer to almost 2,000 of them. Now, why do I not let other people without a Stella join me on these usually? Is because if you have one ship joining you that is not a Stella, you will not get that bonus. Nobody will. You'll get that base amount, maybe less. And when you're trying to build up things in your faction store for them, you lose out. Because like here, heist exchange loot. Let's take a look. If you'll see up here in this top corner, I need some of those Armada, tokens to be able to buy this. And I want to do that as quickly as possible instead of nickel and diming it, as I would with other people hitting this with me. And I apologize when I tell y'all not to join me on these, but it's because I need to get those things so that I can upgrade the ship. Now, along with those two, when you turn them in for credits, when you turn them in for Armada hits, and things like that, you can also get crew as well. And let me go back into that real quick. Let's see, crew. Right here, Outlaw Recruit. So I have 400 of these. I can afford to go ahead and go one round with this, but I don't really like these characters. Yeah, when they're higher powered, they'll do more for you. But right now, I'm concentrating on getting some uranium to build up my Stella a little more. So let's go ahead and go back to it. So swap ship, come on over here, Stella. All right. Now here's a thing where you're gonna have to trust the number of strength power to the strength of the ship that you're hitting in these areas. Let's see, Eclipse 29. Okay, so let's take a look at this one real quick. This is a level 28, and as you see, it's 1.4 million. Let me see if I can find a higher one here. This is 1.7 million, and let's find a 30 if I can, which is going to be considerably higher. And so far, let me go ahead, since I'm doing this, so far I'm able to hit them fairly easy in this area for the 32 base. There's a 33 at 3.9 million, 32, 3.3, and if there's a 34, I want to try to find that I was able to kill earlier. Let me see, not in there. Here, this one. I was able to kill these 35s right here. This is where you trust your crew. This is where you trust the ability of the ship. 6.5 million. All right, look at that power. And with my Stella at 409,000 power, I'm able to kill that ship. I'm able to kill, at this point, I think maybe 20 or 30 of them, which is not bad. Okay. That is why you get a Stella. All right. So let's go ahead and go on to the next one. This video is already 30 minutes and 30 seconds long, so I'm going to try to get on it real quick. Botany Bay. Oh no, Disco. Let's go to Disco. Disco is one of those that I'm not really too happy about. I'll use it. It's really good to use if you are speeding through certain missions. Now, let's take a look at the strength of it. 256. You're not really going to get it so much higher. You'll probably maybe reach 500,000. I haven't really worked on my upgrades. Here it is at a tier 5. It doesn't go that far. There's going to be a summons thing to where you can let me see. I got to save these for right now, so I don't want to upgrade it yet. All right, so let's see. I got it at warp range 34. All right. Warp speed 7.8, cargo capacity 29, and 13 protected. Now, again, if you're doing one of those ARC missions where it'll send you from place to place to place to place to talk to this guy, to gather stuff from this guy, to donate to this guy, to kill this ship over here, if this ship will reach those areas, then you get through those missions within a couple minutes. All right, within minutes, because you're not having to wait the travel time to get there and everything. If your ship is strong enough to kill the bosses that are involved with that, you can use it there. Zoom it home real quick to fix it, and then start using it for the rest of that mission. I'm going to demonstrate real quick how fast this ship works. And these darn nodes keep on emptying on me. I'm working on getting my crystals because I got to catch up in numbers for them. Okay, so this ship will reach here. Now you see it says 3 minutes and 4 seconds. All right, 3 minutes and 1 second. And the closer you get to the gate over here, this is where the entry port is for this particular space. You see that 205, maybe over here 219, and it just changes. But wherever, okay, I'm just going to do it here close to an edge. Let's see right here. So I'm going to tap that. I'm going to hit go, and it's going to ask me if I want to use regular, which is set course with regular warp speed, or if I want to hit this turquoise part and get there within a matter of seconds. So I'm going to jump. You see down here, black alert, blah, blah, blah. We're going in, and here we are. Now, you see how fast that was? That is a good thing about that ship. That is about one of the best things about that ship. Other than that, not really all that kosher. So, while killing a boss, if this ship is strong enough to kill a boss, then, then use it for your missions. It's just very easy that way. Then it's going to have what's called summons, and that's something you have to research for. Now, my base is right about here. Where am I at? Okay, so here's my base. If I want, let's say I'm still using my Rialta. If I want my Rialta to reach up here to this spot here, then if my discovery can reach there, then I can summons a ship that can't reach there to that spot. Okay? Like Rialta. Rialta can't go that far. But if I wanted to reach this spot, and if my discovery was able to reach that spot, then I can call that Rialta to this spot to do whatever it needs to do there, and then if it leaves, then I have to summons it again. Okay? So that's a decent thing. I haven't really worked on it yet. And so, it's something that I'll be researching in the future. But I'm still in the clouds about this particular ship. Let's go ahead and swap out. Where am I at? Okay. I got to recall it before I can swap it out. So let's go ahead and recall real quick. It's going to take just a few seconds. That was pretty cool. I've never seen that before. Okay. All right. Should be there in about 30 seconds or so. Let's go ahead and get in there. Here's another thing, too. When you warp home, don't be so sure that your ship is safe all the way to the door, because you're only warping to the system. You still have to fly, as you see here, in impulse speeds to your base. Now, what can happen there? If you are enemies with anybody with a chaser, if you have a chaser here, then you're going to have to pretty much watch that ship going in and evade a chaser, because sometimes they'll pop up right in front of you on your way home. If that chaser is more powerful than your ship, it will kill your ship out in space. Your ship will never make it home. You won't lose any cargo or anything, but you'll have to repair the ship. If, let's say, one of these LL people here decided to attack my ship as it's on its way in, then they can kill it and take some of your cargo from there. Also, if, let's say, the chaser is not stronger than your ship, instead of your ship making it home, it'll stop wherever it was attacked. And, it's a pain in the butt. It's a waste of time. So just make sure if you're in an area to where there's enemies, or if you have a chaser ship in that area, then watch your ship as it enters the system and makes it home, and just in case you have to evade. So that's that. Okay, so you're home now. I can swap it out. Let me see here. Botany Bay. As you see, I have two of them. The reason I have two of them is because in a couple of spots in space, let me get out of here real quick. Let's go over here to orange. Okay. Now, right in here should be the spot, if I remember right. This is one of those spots. You have one for the corrupted data and one for the decoded data, where I can park my Botany Bay there, and these particular nodes go up to 4,000. Okay, of corrupted data. There we are now. I can set a Botany Bay there. I can take my escort ship, and I can kill the chaser, and I can leave it alone, let them mine all day, and just reset them when I need to reset them. And then for the decoded data, this spot here, I can sit here with the other Botany Bay and mine the 60,000. I talked about cargo capacity. My Botany Bay, both of them, can hold more, 2 cycles worth of that 60,000. It'll hold a bunch of cycles for the corrupted data. Let's go on to deets, and here we are, protected cargo. Now, the reason why that says only 76K is because of the crew that I'm showing you with. All right, this is a crew that does not boost cargo space. However, if I was using one of the crews like the Ston, the Joaquin, the 1 of 10, and the DuPont fella, that 13K for the Botany Bay will actually turn into 127,000 in protected cargo. Okay, and that's what you want out of that. Let's see. Oh, and 2 Botany Bays. I'm working on the second Stella. I mentioned that earlier. That way one can be scrapping while the other one is still gaining data cores that I need for building up stuff. Because sometimes it's a 3 or 4 day scrap. All right, so we talked about that. Let's go down. We touched on Botany Bay. Some people use it in earlier stages for raiding bases. It can get, for lower levels, it can get a little high in power. This is as high as I've gotten it so far, and I am maxed. So, it's not, as far as power, it doesn't end up to be that great of a ship. It does what it does. It's a one-trick pony. It mines data, and then that's it. Some of you keep asking about jellyfish. Is it worth it? In lower levels, if you're going to stay a lower level, like some of y'all want to be, at 14 forever before you hit 15, then get the jelly. The jelly is going to help you. You can actually use the jelly to lock your factions. It'll take forever and a day, but you'll be able to do so. And that's about all that's good for. Cavort. No, wait, Devor. I'm sorry, this is the Devor. Ferengi mining ship, for mining Latinum, that's about as best as it gets. I would usually just wait till the free one comes, and that's about it. So there you go. That's the specialty ships. This video is almost an hour long. I'm sorry for that. Speed forward if you need to, and just take the information for what it's worth. I can sit there and recommend them all day to you as much as I can, but at least now you know why they exist, what you use them for, how to trust them, and what to use. It's just up to you. And with that, I'll say goodbye. Have a good day.